Welcome back once again to MudRunner, y'all, and this is a map that you may very well recognize from SnowRunner. However, if you don't recognize this map right now, you probably will soon. Now, obviously, we've got two very different vehicles. The 4Runner is going to be a little bit more along the lines of our general exploration vehicle, and then the Mega Excursion is going to be for a little bit later when we fire it up to have some fun. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and fire up the 4Runner, and I'm going to talk y'all through what we are doing out here while we're on our way to the main area. Now, the reason I decided to come back out here to this map is because the map RockRunner's Mud Park in SnowRunner has essentially become one of the most popular maps across I would say a general scope of the game on most systems. And if you're looking for a really good open world space to do, like, I don't know, like mud-based adventures either in single player or in multiplayer with your friends, a lot of people are probably going to try this map out at some point or another. Now, this map was extremely popular back in MudRunner, and a lot of the people that probably only got the first chance to play it in SnowRunner may have never even seen the MudRunner version of this map. Now, y'all will probably recognize this trail, the Muddy Creek Trail, which ironically is not labeled in the SnowRunner version of this map. So kind of neat little detail there, but I'm not going to go down it just yet because it's a little bit, I guess I would say, outside the capability scope of the little 4Runner. And, well, I say little, it's not really little at all, but we're gonna go and explore a little bit more of the map, and then we're gonna take on some of the mud pits in the Mega Excursion later. I love how, like, you can look at this little ramp right here, and it looks almost exactly the same as the SnowRunner version, although it's definitely interesting to take a look back at this version of the map in MudRunner versus the SnowRunner version of the map and really note some of the visual differences. Let me know in the comments down below which one you think is a little bit more visually appealing to your eyes. So let's go ahead and go a little bit further on down now. I love how every once in a while I'll complain about the automatic transmission logic in SnowRunner, and then I'll come back and play MudRunner again, and I'll be like, oh, the transmission logic in MudRunner was even worse. Although maybe that's not being entirely fair to MudRunner, considering how much older of a game it was. Although MudRunner had a lot of things that SnowRunner never did, and every time I come back and play it, there are things that I wish that I could just pick up from MudRunner and bring into SnowRunner. So again, there's a lot of back and forth for me with this game and with a lot of the design elements that I see. I do definitely want to have a little bit of a go at the mud track though. I know this thing isn't necessarily fast, but I don't know, we'll give it a go and see what it can do. I feel like you can already tell how out of its element it is. Yeah, this thing was made for trails, not for mud park freestyle tracks. Oh, the transmission is so mad. It's so confused. Yeah, I think I'm gonna avoid just leaving it in automatic altogether. I'm just gonna put it in low, well, the equivalent of low plus, and just kind of leave it there because that's probably gonna be our best bet. Oh, I do have enough torque to put it in high. That's actually kind of impressive. Oh. Come on. I remember absolutely bombing so many trucks through this section. And that actually took it really, really well. Oh no. Now we have to go back around the other way, which is not what I had in mind, not what I wanted to do. Come on. There's that transmission logic again. It always wants to go back to first gear, and then it essentially just hobbles back and forth between like first gear, and then it tries for second, and then it gives up, and then it tries, and then it gives up, and then it tries. And it's just kind of like, you start to wonder like what's genuinely up with the transmissions in this game sometimes. I'm not even gonna attempt the giant mud pit over there. It's just, honestly, I don't even think it's gonna be worth it. At least not in this thing. Now let's go ahead and shut your engine down. And now, I think we're gonna grab the Mega Excursion, or rather the V2 Mega Excursion. And because this is MudRunner, we can actually go ahead and recall. Or not. Oh, that's a fun message. I also remember that from my days of MudRunner. No recovering this time. Recovering is, or rather not even recovering, recalling. No recalling the truck this time. Not happening. Nope. Nope. I absolutely 100% refuse to even attempt to recover. I keep saying recover. Recall the truck again. It's not worth it whatsoever. Excuse me. Oh my god! You know, I'm actually genuinely shocked we didn't flip it. You know what? Full send, just right out of the gate. Come on! Which went well. I mean, to be fair, as long as the engine's above the water, you're fine. So I'm gonna just keep it moving until we get out of here. Just trying to work the steering just a little bit. Oh, working the steering really helps. Now I wonder, let's see how you do through here. High range first. Makes it about a quarter of the way and then gives up. I think it's probably going to be like half to quarter throttle in low plus. Although the mud physics definitely feels so different in MudRunner as opposed to SnowRunner. I mean, especially once you get them out here on a, you know, like a purpose-built mud bog map. They definitely feel different, and they feel a lot... I think they feel a lot softer. Now, I don't necessarily mean they feel a lot softer in, like, a bad way, but, like, the mud itself, like, physically feels softer. It feels like it has a little bit more give. Not necessarily visually, but definitely physically. You can definitely tell that even with the differences between the games, you were still, even back in the MudRunner days, you still had to go really slow in some of this mud. At least if you wanted to be successful. You know what? I've just about had it with that section. I'm just going to turn it around. I'm just going to turn it around. You know, I would not mind a little bit of fuel. I would not mind whatsoever. Now, I'm not going to be driving this thing for long enough that I'm going to need to refuel any of the gear, but the truck itself, yeah, I'll take that. Now, these things in SnowRunner, these things are absolutely nuts. They're actually some of the most difficult mud obstacles in the entire game. So when you think about them from that standpoint, I think really when anything walks through them, I think it just kind of highlights how incredibly capable that vehicle actually is. Oh, standard low seems to be the move. Oh, you can do this. Don't worry about all of the water that just got sucked up into the turbo. It's fine. Honestly, though, mad amounts of respect to this thing and mad amounts of respect to this map. It really has withstood the test of time. And I think that when you look at this version compared to the SnowRunner version, there are definitely like some differing details. Obviously, the SnowRunner version is a lot physically larger, but I think they both definitely have their charm. And I mean, when you look at this version, look how small it is compared to the SnowRunner version. I mean, in the SnowRunner version, there would literally be a bridge right here that went across that river. There is no such bridge in the MudRunner version, but definitely one that I am very happy I revisited. And if y'all enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all next time.